Welcome back to Nerdgeist coverage of San Diego Comic-Con 2017, and we're on to Friday, which should be a fun day. I'm your host, David, and I'm back with...
Imogen.
As well. Friday is definitely going to be an interesting day. It's probably one of the best lineups. I feel like weird saying lineup, like I'm talking about sports.
it is a sport. It's a marathon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. Definitely. It's for panels.
Indigo Ballroom seems to be doing a lot of good stuff.
Oh, it's going to be difficult to get into, for sure. Do you want to take us through Indigo?
Well, Steven Universe, which is a really great Cartoon Network show that I wrote it off religiously, but I've seen some of it. It's actually really good. That kicks off at 11 a.m. Then, the one I'd love to go to, but I won't have time probably, in Ballroom 20 is iZombie.
Yeah. I mean, if we go back to, if we do Indigo and then Ballrooms separatally, because there is so much to...
Oh, you want to break it down by ballroom?
I do. I want to, yeah, I've got a list for this stuff.
I was doing my times. You were ballroom. I found Indigo Ballroom. So what else you have there?
Well, okay, so you've got Steven Universe, and then you've got a new show straight afterwards called The Jellies, which it's going to be an exclusive look.
Okay, that's always fun.
Then you've got Rick and Morty, and I just think that's
it's a popular show, yeah.
And it's one of those things. I think it's not got it's got a lot of fans, but it's also got loyal fans, and those fans are gonna be there for that no matter what. So whether they have to get in right at the beginning of the day, they will do that.
Because they did a surprise reading last year, which was I saw clips of it and it was amazing.
And also, I mean. Not only are the cast going to be there, you've got Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland, and with people like them, especially Dan Harmon as well, who's done Community, he's going to have fans from before that. You've also got Brian Q. Quinn from Impractical Jokers moderating, so he's going to bring some. He moderates that every year. He's going to bring some fans over for that. I think it's going to be probably one of the funniest panels at Comic-Con, just from the lineup of people they have. So there's that at 1:15. Then you're straight followed up by Robot Chicken, which is really popular.
Jesus.
Then Mike Tyson Mysteries.
Have you watched that?
Robot Chicken
No,
or Mike Tyson? I have not, no.
It's, imagine, it's just Scooby-Doo or Johnny Quest, but
with Mike Tyson. Yeah, I've heard that description.
A ghost who's possibly a gay boxer, his Chinese daughter, and a pigeon.
It sounds like my type of show. And then that's followed by Bob's Burgers, which is huge at Comic-Con. Oh, yeah. And then the animation block. It is an animation block for Friday. It's finished with Archer, which is going to be amazing, and is always impossible to get into because it's always the last panel.
Judging by that day, there'll be people there from the first panel. They'll just not leave all day.
So I agree, because I think a lot of times with say stuff like Ballroom 20 and Hall H, people will leave because there's such dramatically different shows and films going on in there. This is one of those days that I think people will literally be sat from start to finish. Just an honorary mention as well, that will clear out, and the Eisner Awards is going to be in that room at 8 p.m. as well. But yeah, I figured it would be better just to break down that room because there's so much going on. I mean, it's good for a show like The Jellies, which is new, because that's going to have such a big crowd in for it. I mean, Adult Swim has been very sensible there, putting that as its first.
You're going to have people... they're hardcore fans, and they're going to tell their friends, and they'll tell their friends.
Exactly. So I think I actually think that's going to be harder to get into than Ballroom 20. Maybe not as hard to get into as Hall H, but harder than Ballroom 20 for sure.
Well, what's happening in Hall H?
I don't know what is happening in Hall H. What is the Friday block that we've had for a few years now? Most popular shows going.
Well, I know that you have a little thing called Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah, just that little show there, yeah.
You have another one called The Walking Dead. They're possibly related. So it will feel at the end of these days. Then you have Game of Thrones, another...
minor show, obviously.
Twin Peaks?
Yeah, Twin Peaks. It's going to be massive.
Is David Lynch going to be there?
I'm unsure for that. I don't know. That's a hard one to... Yeah.
Oh, we're not done yet, because there's two more big shows coming to Hall H. You may have heard of Preacher.
Yep.
I know a lot of girls that want to go to that one because apparently Dominic Cooper is quite popular with the women.
think he might be
I
quite
know
popular
at
with the
least a
men
couple
as
of people
well.
that work for Nerdgeist that are a fan of Dominic Cooper and would leave their boyfriends for him.
That is not me, by the way, folks. That is our editor, Jenny.
Oh no, other people have contributed in these videos would also either leave their boyfriends to try and convince them that Dominic Cooper is an integral part of the relationship.
By the way, that is probably going to be edited out of this podcast. Can't see that staying in.
And then you've got Marvel's The Defenders, and holy crap, I want to go to that one because
I mean, unless you're in there from the very beginning.
which you won't be.
Also the Big Bang Theory, which we've totally forgotten about, which I'm gutted about because it's been such a staple of being in Ballroom 20, first panel of the day, for years now, and obviously you usually have the complete writer's room in there, and then you'll have like a surprise or two from the cast. But now they're bringing back the cast and they're putting it in Hall H as the first panel of the day, which I'm kind of gutted about that I don't get to see Big Bang Theory. Yeah, but that is there as well. That'll be kind of a nice fun panel before the darkness of like Walking Dead and Game of Thrones. They're very serious shows, so that'll be fun.
Especially with what happened in Walking Dead recently.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
killed.
I think it's going to be quite an emotional panel, definitely. So it'll be a long day in Hall H. I don't think we're going to get many people leaving, really, for that. Same with Indigo. Something that is a much more interesting, kind of varied, is Ballroom 20, I think is...
Still some good things there.
Yes.
Because I was mentioning iZombie, which you know is going to be a brilliant panel, because there is a shit ton of bromance in that show.
Yeah. It's I think I'm just getting the schedule up for Ballroom. It's starting off with Psych. I think people are going to go for that. The reunion, Psych reunion, movie sneak peek. I think that's going to draw a lot of people. I think that's going to be surprising. You've got iZombie straight afterwards, which I'm very excited for. Their panels are always fun. They're a really good cast, I think.
You can tell they get along well.
Yeah, they're close. Yeah, definitely. And I think last year Robert Buckley wasn't there. I'm not sure if he was filming something else. He is going to be there this year apparently, so they're going to actually have a complete cast. And there's also saying they've got a video presentation, so maybe we might get some footage of the new season.
Well,
right after you've got The 100, which is another great CW show, and it's going to be their final panel here probably because
series coming in.
Final season, and I can't see them having a farewell. I think if you were going to get a farewell thing, you might get that at WonderCon. I don't think it'd be next year at Comic-Con because there'd be nothing to promote. That is going to be... They've got not many of the adults. I think they've got all of the kind of teens of the 100, although they're all adults in real life. But and then straight after that, you've got Brave New Warriors.
Oh, it's brilliant. I love that show.
And also... What show?
Brave New Warriors.
That's not a show.
That's right.
What are you thinking?
I think of Bravest Warriors. I'm sorry. I'm tired again.
No, this is the kind of variation of male heroes. And on hand, you've got David Harbour from Stranger Things. You've got Chris Maloney from new show Happy. Colin O'Donoghue from Once Upon a Time. Richard Rankin from Outlander.
What do you think?
Rodrigo Santoro from Westworld. And Ricky Whittle from American Gods, which is great for American Gods fans because obviously they're not having a panel this year.
Which I'm surprised at.
I'm very surprised at, but apparently they're actually filming, which is then surprising that Ricky Whittle could be here. But he's going to be there, so you can ask all of your American Gods questions.
That says a lot about his character.
Yeah, definitely.
So I got that mixed with Bravest Warriors, my mistake.
No, but that'll be a great one because there's something for everyone.
Yes,
I think
there
in
is.
that, like, I always enjoy those panels.
Especially girls, like that.
And then you've got Con Man straight afterwards with Alan Tudyk.
That's really brilliant because Alan Tudyk.
Yeah, exactly. And then you've got The Gifted. There's a sneak peek of The Gifted.
Very excited for that show.
Very excited. I actually thought I'd be more excited for Inhumans, but I'm more excited for this. I think
this could work well as we something different. And we were talking about yesterday, superheroes being oversaturated. This is a bit different.
Yeah, and it kind of reminds me of Heroes, like a little bit of a younger version of Heroes, and it's got a great cast. I mean,
Jimmy Chung and Amy Acker, great.
Yeah, Stephen Moyer.
Mm-hmm.
They've also got, I believe, Sean Teal, who was in Skins. He was also in Rain, but I know him from Skins. He's great, did great performances there. But yeah, they're bringing a lot of cast and people. Jeff Loeb apparently is going to be on the panel.
Oh, that'd be great.
So it'll definitely be a fun one. And then you've got Outlander finishing out the day.
Never watched, but I know some people are fans.
People are very big fans of that show, and also it skipped last year, so it's great that they're back. And then you've got the world premiere of Batman and Harlequin. Obviously, the whole empty out between then and that. But yeah, that's a very busy day. But I think people will clear out for a lot of those shows. I don't think you're going to have the same audience for Psych as you will for maybe Outlander. I think that's a good varied day. As for other panels during that day, have you got any?
No, it's mostly the big panels I'd be focused on that day myself, but definitely if you're on the floor, I would mention as well that Vampy Bitme, who's quite big in the cosplay and gamer communities, she'll be there. She hasn't said what she's doing. She'll be announcing that probably today, tomorrow anyway. Oh, I see something you want to talk about.
There's also DuckTales, that's going to be incredibly difficult to get into.
With David Tennant, yes.
Yeah, David Tennant is coming for that.
Plus SNL alumni.
Yes. Is it bad that I'm more excited for the SNL people? Sorry, nerds, don't kill me. But
there's a great cast.
Beck Bennett is a huge shot, and Danny Pudi from Community as well.
On behalf of Garfunkel Notes, she'll be there as well.
Yeah. So there's also, if you don't want to go near those big rooms, which are going to be quite popular, there are a lot of other things. You've got the Tick is going to go into, I believe, room 6A. Yeah.
Oh, but that's Pierce Service as well. He's brilliant. Will he be for there for it?
I think he is apparently.
Now, if you don't know who he is, a lot of people know him as the voice of Darth Maul from the first Star Wars, Episode 1, which is, so we're not going to speak about that, but he has done lots of stuff, and Black Books, he did that, he has his own comedy show, he has a very distinctive and brilliant voice. Yeah.
There's also Vikings panel, which is in a bit of a funny placing. It's in room 6BCF, but it's kind of between a lot of gaming panels. I know Blizzard and then Skybound's before it, so Skybound Comics, and afterwards is Overwatch, so it might be quite difficult. Vikings as well, we'll talk about the offsite that they have a little bit later. But I would say my dark horse for that day, in terms of panel, is the reunion of the Buffy the Vampire Slayer art department. That is going to be really exciting. I don't think there's going to be any cast coming to that, but I think it'll be fun to just actually talk with the art department and see, because they've all gone on to do such great shows as well. And you've got Carrie Meyer, who designed 110 episodes of the series, kind of leading that panel. So I think if you're into that, that'll be amazing. But what about offsites? Can you tell us?
I know there's the one big one we'll be talking about eventually, but I think it's the Vikings doing that day.
Yeah,
that's the big one. A lot of the stuff against the same as the previous days, but the Vikings is the one that's worth mentioning more than anything. Yeah. Because have you watched Vikings?
I have seen bits of the first season, but I have my mother is a very big fan, so she will not shut up about this offsite, which I understand. It sounds cool.
So you know what it is.
Yeah, definitely.
They're having the Viking funeral.
Yes.
For a main character. If you haven't watched it.
But apparently I've heard it's going to be for a few as well, like a few of because it's not a show that quite a lot of people die, I'd say, in that show.
Yeah, there's fighting.
They're Vikings. It's kind of what they do, but it's going to be a traditional funeral as well. Like it's going to be burning the longbows
in San Diego.
In the heat. And the cast are going to be there, but also it's going to be an all-day thing in terms of you have the funeral ceremony at 7, but before that you have Viking warriors walking through the gas lamp and
grabbing your horns, yelling "Skull!"
Yeah, and the drinking horns are back as well. They're going to be given out free at the funeral.
I used to have one. I'm stolen on me.
They're also going to actually those horns. They'll be actually accepted at certain places in the gas lamp. They'll give you discounts on drinks, which is quite exciting. I don't know really the full list of places you'd find that at, but
I think if you do know the full list of places you'll find that at, you may not know it by the end of the night anyway.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot going on Friday as well, to be honest, in terms of parties. You've got the IMDb party, which is invitation only, but if you actually look on our website, there is a lot of information on how to get onto the IMDb yacht.
Yeah. Now again, there's also lots of people who stand outside the yacht looking to get photographs of people.
Yeah.
That is just what happens a lot.
Yeah.
There's loads of cool things happening there all day, so it's worth checking out if you can get a ticket.
There's also the Ghostbusters Mass Hysteria Party. That's going to be at Werewolf Bar. I heard good things about that from last year. There's Pirate Con, which I don't know much about, but that's an evening thing if you're into pirates.
Who isn't?
Exactly, and they're giving away a Funko Pop. I feel like people love Funko Pops, so in terms of what else, do we know anything else happening on that Friday? I think that's it really for Friday, right?
Oh yeah.
There's
loads more. Like, if it's just one of the things, you're going to have to do the research and you'll find out yourselves.
Also as well, by the way, just on an added thing, from Thursday to Saturday, so you can do this on Friday, there's going to be a free poppy burger and whiskey cocktail at the Hard Rock Hotel Bar. It's Kingsman off-site. It's probably going to be very busy because it's free food and drink. So
Who doesn't like that?
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like a happy hour, 4 to 7. So yeah, definitely go check that out.
If you can get in the Hard Rock, remember last year how hard it was to get in there?
Oh yeah, 100%.
But that was mostly because Warner Brothers put up the Harley Quinn tattoo parlor last year.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, so if you can do, and also Conan, but again,
that's. If you wanted to go to Conan, you really should have started queuing a couple days ago.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, insider information as well. Wednesday, people started queuing at 3 p.m. So I know someone who got in there just after midnight, and they got a standby ticket. 160. So yeah, if you are wanting to get in for, because it's going to be Game of Thrones, so yeah, if you're wanting to get in for that,
and you get a co-exclusive Conan Funko Pop.
Exactly. So yeah, that's gonna be a difficult one to get into. You're gonna have to pick and choose whether you go to Hall H for the panel or for Conan for that.
My only advice to anybody does go to Conan, from what Jane was telling me from previous years, people are trying to like exchange Funko Pops outside for the Conan ones.
Yeah.
Don't just go on eBay. If you want to get rid of it, go on eBay and sell it for a decent price. Don't take $20 for it, you're getting ripped off.
Yeah, definitely.
I think we're going to lap up Friday, that's it.
Yeah, I think that is good. It's a busy day, so pace yourself. As I said, marathon.
Again, if you like this, tune in for our Saturday one, so see you later.